Hey, welcome back to another video. I think lip oils and tinted lip products in general are such a hit for so many people because whether you like wearing a lot of makeup or really minimal makeup, even no makeup, just a light glossy lip oil is such a fun product to add to your collection or just collect in general. But if you're like me, very fair skin, or you just have a lot of problems with lip colors maybe pulling a little bit off on you or pulling warm on you, I know a lot of you have that same issue as me, I'm going to be talking about this product from INNBEAUTY. I want to do a little mini review on these and also swatch all of the shades I have on my lips so you can see what shade is going to be best for you and let you know my favorites and if these are worth the money or not. So if you're interested in any of that, let's go ahead and get started. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to join me, and if you do enjoy this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up to show your support. And also give it a super thanks, which is that heart icon near the like button. Do also have a couple of super thanks shoutouts, which you will get if you provide me with a super thanks. So we actually have two this week, which is really exciting. First one is from Melissa QD9DM. They said, amazing as always. Thank you for everything you do for us pale people. Thank you so much. I was very generous of you. Thank you for watching my channel, of course. Really happy to have you here. Then we also have another one from Leslie Collier. I hope I'm saying that correctly. This is the second time super thanks from Leslie, so wow, thank you so much again. And they say, really appreciate all your hard work making these videos. Keep up the good work, thanks. And I did respond to that. Thank you for that motivation, because it really does inspire me to keep going, knowing that so many of you find these videos that I make very helpful and enjoyable. So I love that. But let's go ahead and get started. I want to sort of pull up the description of these lip oils and what they claim to do in the key ingredients. So I have all the shades here to try on. These are from INNBEAUTY Project, and these are called their Glaze lip oils. They come in a bunch of different shades and flavors, and I have 7 here to swatch for you. These are $18, and they're described as a juicy lip oil that gives you soft, plump, and deliciously glossy looking lips, naturally colored, flavored, and 100% vegan. Some of the key ingredients are red root and jojoba oil, condition and nourish dry chapped lip, keeping them soft and supple. Fermented pomegranate helps to gently exfoliate so lips stay flake free. That's really interesting that there's a slight exfoliant in there. There's also a plumping complex, EcoCert certified, plump the appearance of lips immediately and over time. And the large applicator is designed to mimic your fingertip for ultimate comfort. Texture feels like an oil gloss hybrid, never greasy or sticky. Let's start with our first shade here, which is the Vanilla Mint. I think this is one of their newer flavors. This is sort of a clear, shimmery one, vanilla mint scent. And here's a look at the big doe foot. And it says it's supposed to mimic your fingertips, which I really like because they do blend my lipsticks out actually a lot with my fingers. Now, these, if you've never tried them, they're actually sweet. I believe they have stevia in them to sort of give them that sweetness. This vanilla mint one, scent-wise, I get both the vanilla and mint. I don't think any of these scents are super strong, but I will try to describe the scents as we go along. This one is honestly one of my favorite scents and taste. I like vanilla, I like mint. I don't feel like it's too overpowering either way. This one is really gorgeous. It has this like orange and green combo shimmer. It is very shimmery and super pretty. Let me take off this lip and we'll put it on. So I do have a little bit of lip liner left over, but I think these are gorgeous on their own as well. I think the doe foots pick up a really nice amount of product. It doesn't feel like too much or too goopy. I love this one. This is Vanilla Mint. Because it has that clear base, you're not going to get a ton of color from it, but I love the shimmer. It does really give you that like plumping effect. Tastes so good. I feel like in general these kind of just all have a sweetness to them, and you get a little bit of the flavors that they're describing, but it doesn't really taste like vanilla or mint. Just like you get a hint of it, which is really nice. It's more of the scent and a little bit of the flavor, I would say. So this is Vanilla Mint. I don't think it pulls warm, even though it does have a warm shimmer if you have pale skin. Since this is a clear base, I think this one is going to be a great pick for anybody. If you want to try out this formula, I think this one is super pretty. I believe it's currently sold out on their website, but I might be able to find it on Sephora. I'll check. If not, I'll just link it so you could maybe keep checking to see if it comes back in stock. Next up, we have the lip oil. This one is the shade Frosé. I guess it's supposed to be like frozen rosé. This one is also a shimmer shade, but it has more of this sort of baby pink glow to it. Same exact applicator. I would describe this as, it kind of has like a lemony, like lemon strawberry, like I guess strawberry lemonade type of vibe. Frosé, I wouldn't really, yeah, it doesn't really taste like wine, so I wouldn't say it's like a rosé, but I really like the scent of this one. It has a nice like citrusy, just Really good. So let's try this one on. This is more like a frosty pink, which is right up my alley. Really light sheer base, has a little bit more of a base to it compared to Vanilla Mint, which is more of a clear base. I think this one looks so pretty, and I had to pull this one out of my bag because that is where it currently lives. Flavor wise, I think this one is so good. Just like a little bit of lemon, a little bit of strawberry. It's like a perfect in between. In terms of the plumping that it describes, I wouldn't say that it feels like tingly or anything, and I do agree with the claims of it being non-greasy. And the texture is more on the balmy side. It's not sticky at all. It's very smooth. It's not super heavy, but it's also not like a thin lip oil that comes off of your lips, which I really like about these is that they actually stay on your lips for quite a long amount of time, which I love because you can just throw this on and it feels so plush and moisturized. And I do feel like it does exfoliate your lips a little bit because I've just been like wearing these constantly and my lips seem to be always nice and smooth when I use these, so I appreciate that about them, that pomegranate extract that does that. And this is just the prettiest frosty pink, doesn't pull warm. I think if you're similar to me or just in general, this is another one of like those crowd pleaser shades because it's so sheer. It just has a really pretty shimmer to it. You'd probably love this one. Now we're getting into some slightly more pigmented options. Next one I have is another pink one. This one is called Fruity Cereal. This is more of a true pink. There is no shimmer in here. And it's called Fruity Cereal. Kind of, I don't know how to describe this one. It's definitely fruity. It's quite similar to the Frosé one. The Frosé one kind of just smells like fruity cereal, but with some more lemon in it. So it's sort of just like a pretty classic fruity scent, but it's not like any specific fruit that I'm picking up. So this one is more of a matte pigmented, not pigmented, but you know, we're building up the pigment in these next shades. The applicators on these are amazing, by the way. They do go on so well. So this one is Fruity Cereal. I was a little bit worried seeing this one if it would pull warm on me because usually these baby pinks even looks a little bit warm in the tube, but this is another one of my favorites. I think it is so pretty. It's sheer enough that it just mimics my lip color, gives me like a little bit of tint. I don't have very pigmented lips, so I do like a little bit of color, and this just like slightly milky pink I think is stunning. Same, just sweet flavor. Really does kind of just like remind me of this one without the lemon. I'd love to know throughout this video, by the way, which shades you are liking, so let me know below. Next up, we have the first one I've ever tried, which is the Candy Apple one. You can tell this is my most used one just because I have had it the longest. This one, we're getting into some more fun colors. This is Candy Apple. Now this one is much different than these first three. The last two I mentioned are kind of similar. Vanilla Mint is its own thing. Candy Apple comes in with its like own very original scent and sort of flavor to it. Although it is kind of just sweet like the other ones, you do get a very strong, yeah, it is a candy apple. Usually not a huge like apple person, but I actually love this one. It's sort of like sort of similar to a green Jolly Rancher. And this does have a nice red tint to it. It's not like a super cool toned red, but I don't find that it pulls too warm on me either. I actually really love this shade. As you can tell, I do use it a lot. No shimmer in here, just a really pretty classic sheer red. I think a lot of people like this one as well. As long as you know that you like an apple flavor, go for it. Next up, we have their collab with Poppy. So we have both of the shades here that were in that collab. The first one is Raspberry Rose, which is a very bright pink. Another one I was slightly concerned about how it would look on my lips. This one I feel like out of all of them is very minimally scented. Like it doesn't really smell like much. It does have that signature sweet flavor, but it doesn't really, like I get a little bit of slight fruitiness, but other than that, compared to the other ones, it's definitely the most subdued, which might be nice if you're not crazy about like a scent in your products. I mean, it's still there, but it's more subtle. And the shade, as I mentioned, bright pink, I was a little worried it might pull too bright, but because these are so sheer and balmy and glossy, I think this is a gorgeous shade as well. Gives you a little bit more color if that's what you're looking for. If they made one of these that like maybe had some shimmer in it, that would be amazing. But yeah, this one, gorgeous. And then we have the other shade in the collection, which is the Cranberry Fizz shade. This is a brighter red compared to Candy Apple. You can sort of see that this one is a lot more, it appears more bold, but it's definitely more of a sheer base. Now this one I do feel like it has a little bit more of a distinguished scent and flavor. I definitely get the cranberry in it and the sweetness. This one is a little bit more bold. You should be able to tell that it's actually giving my lips quite a bit of color. I wish this one was slightly more cool. It's not my favorite shade out of them because I do feel like it's ever so slightly warm. So if you do have problems with things just looking very warm on you, especially reds, this might not be your favorite. But honestly, if you're like neutral or warm tone, I think this would be a really pretty one on you. And then lastly, we have the most unique one, I would say, out of the collection I have here, which is the Pina Colada one, which is this like straight up bronze lip oil. I've never seen anything like this, and I was really worried about the scent. I was worried about the color, but let's go ahead and try it on. So it is like as bronze as it looks in the tube. Now this is a very tropical scent. It still has that bit of sweetness in it though. Like it doesn't lean in a sunscreen category, which I was really worried about. And let me put this one on. I was like, am I gonna like how this like tastes and looks on my lips? I think this brown is gorgeous. This has shimmer and pigment in it. This one is leaning a little bit more on the warm side, but I think when I pair this with a cool lip liner, it's a really pretty like muted brown. And the scent, I think if you know for sure you don't like a pina colada scent, you're not gonna like this. But I was actually surprised that I don't totally mind it on the lips. Like it doesn't seem too perfumey, which I like about all of these is they're not like super duper scented. And I do have very sensitive skin and just sensitive in general. And I don't find that these like get in my throat and irritate my throat or anything. That's just me though. If you have allergies, you might have a different reaction. But for me, they've been all really nice. So that was all 7 of the In Beauty Project lip glaze swatches on me, on my very fair skin. So I hope you found this enjoyable and helpful to watch if you were maybe curious about what kind of shade that you wanted, if you wanted to try them out, see them swatch on my lips. I do think they are really a beautiful formula. All the claims that they claim to have are true. It's a nice balmy, thick texture. They feel really like occlusive and moisturizing. I feel like they are a product that is a treatment for your lips. So it's actually doing good things for your lips. You know, sometimes like lip glosses can just leave your lips dry, which is not fun. These are just such a fun product. Like they really are a joy to reapply. The only downside I can see to these is if you just reapply them a lot, you might go through these tubes really quickly because they do taste really good. It makes you want to keep reapplying them and they feel really nice on the lips. But thanks for watching as always. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like if you did enjoy it. I'm gonna go ahead and put another video on the screen here so we can keep hanging out. So I will see you over there. Bye.